Hey, this is just a proof of concept for the routing for glitchless for chapter 8. That shouldn't be that tight. I think I was aiming too high. It's roughly the same as the original, but there's one change that makes you have to do both puzzles in this, so it's good to show that off. Basically, you need all 3 spears now instead of just the last one to activate the Water Forge portal. We're still gonna get some skips in though. So first, for this first portal, puzzle room, I found out you can do it in a single cloak. You don't need a cloak for that orbit anymore. I don't know if you could do this in the original. It's the fixed camera is all the way back here, so I never actually tried that. Similarly, you can get this one. Okay, the game's eating my inputs. I'd appreciate you stop eating my inputs, game. Sorry, I'm running on 60 FPS right now, so that's happening a bit, unfortunately. Hopefully none get eaten here, because this is where it's important to get the platforming correct. I don't know if that's gonna let me cloak. Yeah, I didn't think so. That was another example of my input being eaten, but that one wasn't too important. Whoopsie. I'm going behind this orb so that when the camera comes back to Raziel, it'll be pointed in roughly the correct direction. I'm gonna hit this next one with a slam attack. That makes that a lot more consistent than a regular aerial attack. And now I did this whole room in a single cloak. So that's first spear. I'm gonna get another charge here for both. Well, I guess mainly for the next fight, because if I get it anyways during this fight, but. Hello? But it gives me 50% more damage per hit to have it charged up. Alright, here's a nice big skip. Saves about a minute. This little spectral push here. And I'm going to use the charge I have on my right about here. There's a forced fight coming up here. I'm on Air Reaver. And they're all dead. Well, oh, shit. I got an input eaten there. I tried to glide to correct my direction, but the glide input got ate. Ow. Would you? Thank you.
This pool seemed related to the portals which had transported me into the vampire ruins, but its surface was disturbed by the spouting of these gargoyles.
Alright, so here you could impale that spear we just got into the first gargoyle, but I don't need that quite yet. So I'm just gonna do that later. There is a spectral push here. I don't have a consistent set for it here, but it's about here. You can see how Raziel is kinda into the bars there. I didn't quite get it though. Doesn't matter. I'm just showing off the routing. I suppose when I actually get into runs, I'll do more science on the spectral pushes. The ones that don't matter so much, that is. The important ones are definitely important for the routing. Hello? I don't know if this charge I just got is important. You can't, it's for lighting up 2 little torches in a room, a couple rooms from now. Hello? Stop hitting me. There's a checkpoint here you can skip, but I'm gonna use it, so I'm not going to. So these 2 torches you can light up quickly enough that you don't need a charge there. This one, it is possible to spectral push that, but with all the enemies right there, I don't think it's worth it to make a setup for. Whoa, where are you going, Razzie? Now, there's a checkpoint right through this door, but I'm gonna avoid it by going straight to the left. And that's avoiding that checkpoint. Nice. One, please. Nice. I'm trying to push them into the fireplace, but not worth it anymore. Okay. I didn't hear a hit there, so I didn't realize I had to hit him. The order here probably doesn't make too much of a difference, but I line it up so that I get the one behind the painting last, and basically just kind of go through the room in a clockwise, I guess, order. Here I'm gonna break both the painting and the table right after each other because there's a little cooldown between when you use a telekinesis shot and when you can walk, but you can do another telekinesis shot right after. For aimed telekinesis, that is, and the aimed telekinesis is how you can break the table there fastest. The painting you could probably do just a regular telekinesis shot, which doesn't have that problem if you do it while jumping. So during this spawning in the spear cutscene, you can move. And now we use that checkpoint we kept. Alright, next here, this spectral push, it's pretty free, but you have to set it up quickly because of all the enemies down there. That's why I'm kind of staying up here. It's not quite in the left corner, it's like half a step to the right of the left corner, so I'm gonna go there. I didn't get it. Try again. Please. There we go. Got it. And now, I'm pretty sure in the original there was a checkpoint down here. Not completely sure, but there's not here. And there's a forced fight down here that you can just skip by going back to your last checkpoint. And we're gonna do that because this forced fight is kind of long. I think there's 3 waves of enemies, kind of. I'm not quite practiced at the menuing yet, so it's pretty slow. Anyways, now we're just going right back into the fountain room. There's a forced fight, well, actually 2 forced fights we're skipping right now, with each with 3 statues. Nice spectral push there. I went to basically the same positioning I was trying for from the other direction. Alright, since I didn't impale the gargoyle the first time around, I'm gonna do that now. I could impale this one right now, but I'm gonna skip that because something funny.
When I drove the spear home, the gargoyle was still,
need to do this
and the
one
corresponding mural shattered.
to break walls that I'm gonna come
throughout the
to
mansion
next.
had been similarly affected.
So the first change from the original I noticed was this wall is no longer broken in this chapter. That's a wall you're supposed to break in chapter 12, but since the fixed camera is over here, I didn't expect you to see that in chapter 8, so you could just break that, go through, and get the half of Border's crest that's over there that we just got. Which, that probably would save some time if it was still broken, but we still have to get the spear from over there. Okay, this is 2, 3, 1, 2. Where are you going? One of my jump inputs didn't go through, or my finger slipped, one or the other. I couldn't really tell that time. So I'm gonna go with my finger slipped. Here you can't jump right here because you get stuck, and that's gonna put you out of bounds, so don't do that. Coming up with this fight, I'm gonna do a basically, Raziel can do the slam attack in very quick succession, so I'm gonna do that because it does the same damage as the third hit from his 3-hit combo, which is double the damage of the other two. I'm also going to, whoops, do that for the extra 50% damage boost. Ideally, I'd have their shields drop staggered. I don't know why my controller decided to disconnect there. If I do this fight right, as in not have the controller disconnect there, I can get them each in 2 rounds of their shields dropping. Gonna grab this health here. As well as some health coming up. But here comes the funny stuff. When I impale the next gargoyle, I'm not gonna skip the cutscene so you can see. He's gonna say the portal is open, but it's not. Sorry. That was a bit of a spoiler. Oh. If I don't skip the cutscene...
With its surface finally stilled, the pool was transformed into a portal, just as I had hoped.
Is that real? Hold on, did I just discover something? Nope, it's not real. That's pretty funny. But yeah, we need all 3. Spears.
Here.
Alright, this is the most annoying boss fight in this game. I don't quite have a spectral push set up for this yet. I did it before, so I know it's possible. I want to take out this guy first, because every attack he does knocks me down, whereas the other guy... it'd be nice if he shut up, though. Thank you. The other guy, his ranged attacks knock me down. I didn't want to do that one. I can't see what I need to remember to switch cameras for this fight. Alright, now that guy's gone. It'd be nice if I could split up my damage because the other guy goes invulnerable a lot. As he is right now. Where'd he go? There. Oh shit, get over there. Where? What? No. Okay. Where are you aiming? Thanks, Raziel, for just changing targets for no reason. Oops. But yeah, that fight can be annoying. It's even worse when they just make it so you can't attack at all. Hold on, I got a little confused there. Would you unlock? Thank you. But usually when I try to split up my damage, they just keep knocking me down over and over again. And don't give me a chance to attack them. But it is possible to get a really good fight there where you just split up your damage so you're damaging them all the time. Like, you're damaging the one that can go invulnerable when he's vulnerable and the one who's just always
Once
there
more, the
when the other guy's invulnerable. And it lines up really well. Another little change is these little cubby holes on the wall don't have a hitbox in this one. They did in the original, so you could just kind of climb in one and then jump up there. And now you have to go into the spectral realm, which isn't much of a difference really. It just means you have to go through those animations. Gotta do a little checkpoint warp here. I didn't mean to do a new one. Whatever, it doesn't matter. And and I'd probably just do a new save every time because it's faster. But I'm trying not to put a whole bunch of saves on. Uh, that guy just fall on his ass because he was in the air during the cutscene. It's a little bug here with the cameras. You might have seen it flicker there. It also makes it so you don't control Raziel properly. That's why I went neutral there. Where am I going here? Oh, back up there. Right. Ah! I didn't expect to get up there without climbing. What? You didn't climb? Dude! What are you doing? Oh, I tried to sneak. I mean, not sneak, crouch. But that's not a thing. Ooh, okay, good. Right, my first jump input there, so I was worried I wasn't gonna make it. Don't have to worry about the checkpoint this time, so I can just run straight through. And that's the chapter. Obviously, I could have done it faster, but that's a good, just demonstration.